Rosemary, Fred, Moira and Andrea, this group has become a lifeline. They're part of the COPD Breathers Club who meet every week at the Betjeman Centre at Wadebridge. It's usually a gentle exercise class. Today they're working off those exercises with their Christmas lunch. But it is so much more than just a club.
Everyone's friendly. I never used to go out at all before, and now I look forward to Thursdays.
You're seeing like-minded people who are suffering the same situations that you're going through, and it makes a hell of a difference.
And they're not the only ones who come here. Another group, Cuppa Companions, were treated to a sing-song from some local nursery children while the breathers had their lunch. And there was a sewing group going on too. And these community groups bring people in who need help and advice, which all of the staff and volunteers are more than happy to offer. It's these type of services that are taking some of the strain from the NHS.
The Salmon Community Farm came about from local people wanting allotments, and they were looking around for land, and they couldn't find a field for allotments, but they did find a whole empty farm. I started there in August 2010, and there was one polytunnel which was empty, and it was an empty farm. It had been empty for 18 months, and from then on, from that small beginning where there was nothing growing and nothing to sell, we pretty much started from scratch, myself and a small group of volunteers. There were times in those 13 years where we didn't know if the farm was going to survive. I remember one time in the kitchen it was like, should we plant those leeks? Is there any point in planting those leeks? Will we harvest them? Will we just put them in the ground and have to leave? And I was like, come on, we'll plant those leeks. And we put them in. The lottery application came through. Eventually we bought the land, and we're still here.
Just doing a chain, and then we can go back. Right, so you know what it's like. You got it like that. Yeah. Put the wall round, and that's your chain. Yeah. Okay. Like that. You count how many chains you do as a rule. Okay. But I haven't.
Pre-COVID, we had a walking group run by the Eden Project, which was aimed at getting people diabetic, pre-diabetic, overweight, out and having a long walk. So I joined in with that group, and we were building up. Then COVID happened and everything dropped and stopped. Coinciding with a hub community thing here opening up, I contacted Libby and talked about a walking group, thinking that there was going to be one already linked, and she said, oh great, let's start a walking group, would you take it on? So there we are. We talked about it in sometime in October, and we started towards the end of January, and we've been going ever since and growing. We've got 68 or 69 members on Facebook, and we regularly have 10, 15, 20 people walking with us on a Wednesday morning.
Was started so that we could change the food system. Wasn't quite happy with our food system and what people had access to, especially if you don't have any money. So the garden was set up to teach people how to grow their own food and to redistribute that food, the excess food that we've got. We then set up the Street Food Project, which feeds people who are vulnerably housed or homeless, and so our surplus food gets cooked into meals which then people are fed at 5:30 every night, 7 nights a week in Penzance. We also have set up, just before COVID, a community food store So we collect excess food from other places and we redistribute that out to families who are struggling. So these 3 things are part of Growing Links. The extra workshops that we do in our community garden are we have a crafting workshop twice a week, we do flower arranging with our flowers, we do packing veg bags, packing food bags for people, and we have a singing workshop.
Damien Richards is from Truro City Council.
This is one of the most hard to reach areas in Truro, and what precedes the food club here is Sunshine Cafe.
Right.
It was an idea that came up on the back of the cost of living crisis. Loneliness is a massive issue that we have throughout the country. People coming here, enjoying the food and enjoying each other's company, and then top the day off, we're taking some food away. It's great.
So it's really a one-stop shop, isn't it, now? Because you get fed, you've loads of people here chatting.
Exactly.
And then you take some food home.
It's made a big difference to people's lives.
I can tell that there is a not quite orderly queue forming, so we need to get our act.
We do, we should. Yeah,
Let's get these out quick.
Interacting, I think, is very, very important for mental health. And I mean, I've lived here since '85. I know that you see them in the street, but you don't actually know who they are, sort of thing. So it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, because you've gone from nodding to them to actually saying hello and having a chat.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Actually, I come for the friendship, for the conversation. We bring our knitting, we bring our reading. We go to bed, on a Tuesday evening. We think, oh, it's Wednesday tomorrow. Yeah.
It's clear that the food club is a local success story, bringing people together. And all because of a little bit of chaos.
Yesterday, a gentleman came into the centre and was so incredibly nervous. As we talked for a good half an hour. As he left, he sang me a song, and when we walked outside, he went to shake my hand, and I asked his permission if instead I could give him a hug, and he said I was the first person to have touched him since his wife passed away, and honestly, it broke me. It was amazing, and that's what we do here.